Welcome back to All the Mods 8. I'm Kesham. Okay, so today we're going to kind of go through a few different little things here. We just got our storage upgraded a little bit. It's just a modular storage, nothing big like that. It's not like we jumped into some applied or refined or anything like that. But we did need to kind of go through and decide on a base on how we're going to go about that. I I kind of know what bricks I would like to go with on here, but I'd like to have your guys' input as well. So we check this out a little bit here. Kind of what I was thinking on here is we have this as an option, this is an option, and this is an option as well. And what my idea was on this is to maybe kind of just go with a darker floor. We can maybe use chipped on this or something, but for now we just kind of use this as our back right here, because that'll be the interior wall right here, and this will be the exterior wall, and that's kind of what we're wanting to go with here today. We can go all the way in the ground with this. Let's just go out a few more of these. Okay, and then on the corners here, it'll just kind of beef up a little bit there, and then maybe 1, 2, 3, and then drop 1, 1, 2, 3, and then drop 1, and then 1, 2, 3, and drop 1, 1, 2, 3, and then drop 1. So it'd be kind of like that. But what my idea was is either we can come out an extra layer with these right here. Let's just do a couple of them out like this, and just take and put the dark oak itself. Woo! Come on now. Giddy up, feller. Kind of just do something like that, and then it would have this here. Of course. Come on, really. Have that, and then we can obviously throw in stuff. Yeah, we got some stairs right here. We can throw in some stuff like this. We can either go across with something like that, or maybe we can just kind of continue that on, and then go with something not quite that. Something like this, and it'd wrap right around and continue on going. We'd go a little bit taller than this, of course, but this is just a rough idea of what I was thinking. Or we can just kind of do the same thing. Oh, my bad. Where'd my axe go? There it is. Bank. We can go with more of a flat look like that, and then we can come along and still run this stuff out along the top here, but not like that. Just put this for the back-ish, the back right there. Do something like that. And then come along with like a wall or something like that. Either do the dark or just a brick wall. And then just kind of do something like this. And we'd stick a little piece right up there for the support on the top. And we can go like that. And that would have, of course, we'd have to have one on either side here. We can't just have the one. And then we'd do the same thing over here. Let's craft up all of them though. Man, I am just clicking everywhere today. Really, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that emotional support moment. Okay, and then it would just have, we wouldn't do this up here on it necessarily, but it'd be something like that, and then we could either run more stairs like this along that and widen that out a bit, or we can kind of just do another style of decoration along the top entirely and just go with the brick on there. So we can have either that style, this style. I think this one is a little bit sunk in, but we can also do things like run a piece of dirt along here. And then we can take our trap door here. We did get moved over here finally. We'll see if we even brought any with us. We did not, because honestly I didn't want to. I wanted to leave as much behind as I could for now. Okay, so for the trap doors, I guess we could do a couple more than that. But we could do trap door. I wouldn't do this style of trap door on here, but something like that, and then we can plant flowers along it, and that'll give it the more full look on there, I suppose. Let's grab a couple of these flowers and find out for sure before I just go making up whatever I want on here and do an array of flowers, stuff like that. We can either spice it up in this fashion, or we can just kind of axe both of those and go with my third idea, which is just basically build these up here for the wall. And then, thank you for that, appreciate that. And then we just take and go with the dark walls on here. Just like that. Now we can leave that like this, or we can do what I wanted to do, which is we'd get rid of this here. Not entirely, but we just kind of bring it out one, and this is where our wall would be. I did set this up like that just in case we decided to go with that. And then we can still have something along the top, either go up that direction with it, or go even higher and flip it over that way. And then we, of course, have something back in there. Or we go with all three. Bump, 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 back and forth. I don't really want to do that. That'd look a little weird. I do like something like this for like an entrance, and just turn this into grass, or glass, I mean. Because we do have the glass in here for the... It's in here, right here. So we could go through with something like this, place that right in there, and then just have this marked down, and just kind of waltz right in for a side entrance. I kind of like the idea of that a little bit better. And then fix something along the top of there to make it look better. Just kind of drag more stair all the way around that. And then of course this would be also brought up like that, and do something like that, and then we'll add another story above it potentially, and then we can go a little bit skinnier up top. Maybe we'll turn this one into a 4 wide and then do a 2 wide up there, and just kind of continue on with something like this. I really like the idea of this one, and I really like the idea of this one. I do also like this one here with it just being in the center, but I kind of wanted your guys' input, see what you guys thought and felt about that. We can also go with something like that, and I can strip it, but I don't think that the stripping on that would look as good. I'm glad you can vein mine that though. It might look alright with that. But let me know what you guys think. I can go on a larger scale and do a whole wall. And let's see, let me do a whole wall on that real quick. Let me throw that together and see how that looks. Okay, before I do the rest of the wall, I forgot to do that one as well. I don't really like that one as much because it looks like giant tiles. And I kind of like this as if the whole thing was kind of made of bricks. And then this was just given the support pillars here. I really do prefer this one. So I'm going to kind of continue on with this one, but you guys let me know. Let me know how you feel. Fence. Okay, I kind of got the wall. I'd terraform the wall out a little bit more so it kind of hugs the building back there. But I'm kind of liking that. I think this is... I think this one right here, this section, looks better than the rest of it does. I think bringing it out a little bit gives it that kind of a depth look. The only part I don't like is right here. You can see that little lip right there on either side, because as soon as I put the block down up here, it kind of turns into that. And there's really no way to get rid of that without popping these two out, I suppose. I could possibly do it then. But then it kind of gives it... We gotta get rid of these two. But I don't know that I could do anything like that with that. I could do something more like that. And then it won't really give it that at all. But then again, I don't know, because, well, yeah, I think it'd look a little bit better than this does right up here. I think it'd look better to go something like that. Kind of blends in. I mean, it just looks like a brick right there. So it blends in a little bit. But I think the wall would have way more depth that way. It just look a little bit better. And we'd of course keep a gap in here. We'd fill it in and make it look nice on the inside, but we do the gap that way this stuff's not touching that. But I don't know. I think it looks good both ways. But we'd have to take this right here off entirely, because we'd need to run this along the top. We don't necessarily have to have that whole thing up all the way along that. No, we would. We'd have to add that there, because that looks kind of goofy like that. But it kind of gives it a little bit more bulk. And then this floor up here we can do, instead of it directly above it, we can go in one up here. Just kind of take it and make it raise up from here. That way it kind of pyramids up, and it'll look a little bit more sturdy. Or we can go in a few blocks with it as well, kind of make it look a little bit nicer, and then just kind of figure out what kind of a cap or top we want to go with it. But this is kind of my idea on this of what I want to go with. You guys kind of let me know what you're thinking on that. If you guys are like, oh no, yeah, that looks fine, whatever. And if you don't care, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But this is kind of the pattern I want to go with on here. I would like to go with something a little more red in it or something like that. Do something a little different, because this is kind of what we had in the last one. But at the same time, yeah, I don't really like any other wall right now. I mean, I do. I like some of the patterns, but with this, a lot of this stuff around, a lot of that stuff, a lot of these medieval looking things going around here, because, I mean, you can see it a little, well, not really on that one. You can see it kind of on this one a little bit better. Kind of got a lot of that medieval stuff floating around. There's everywhere you go, you're finding more stuff like that. Little buildings, little circular buildings over here, some more stuff here. And it's kind of got that medievalish style going with it. And that's kind of why I'm wanting to choose this style on here. Maybe we could come up with a little bit nicer of a brick on the outside. I don't want it to be like a white castle, but we could. I mean, I could also switch it all to brick and change that. Or we can do more of this on the inside, or the outside, I mean. But I don't really want to go dark on dark. I think it pops a little bit better with the lighter color there. But we could also figure out what kind of bricks there are in here and just kind of go from there. But anyway, that's enough about that stuff. There's all kinds of stuff in here. I mean, if I could really afford some overly elaborate stuff here, maybe just do a big old ass farm or something in here, then we could switch over, maybe throw some purple ones in there, go with some of this in there. I don't know. But for right now, I think this is too much of a color on there, and I'd prefer to just stick with this for now. Maybe there's an obsidian style or something we could go with. Maybe a pillar style or something like that, or just switch these to pillars themselves and give it a separate look to itself. But I don't know. I mean, it's kind of going to be a hit and miss thing here. We can also get rid of those in there, but it's going to be a hit and miss no matter how we set this up. But ta-da! Not really. I don't know why I vein mined that. I didn't actually mean to do that. I was just going to whack it a little bit and let off. But no! Got a little carried away. Blowed up the wall. My bad. Okay, anyway. Fix this up a little bit. Woo, holy moly. Good lord, man. Took it all off, didn't we? And I kind of went with that one so we'd have like a pillar out on the end, because I ended up liking the looks of that a little bit better than not having it at all. Because it just does look better that way. Why does it feel like we're using more of these than we did the first time? Okay, but that's kind of what we'd go with. I like it. I think it looks good. And of course, it's not too late to go out even further with it. and bring it up along here as well, and kind of give that more of a way further outlook on here, and do a much larger section here. I don't think I have any more of those on me, do I? Not that. Oh no, yeah, that's what we wanted. And we can go just drop it out a little bit further here. We'd of course get rid of that top piece there. And I can also throw in some slabs along the top or anything like that to give it more of an arch look. And we can go with a much wider arch or the shorter arch. I kind of really like that on that wider arch now I'm looking at it. We'd have to get rid of the top of this here though. Man, can't wait till we upgrade the jetpacks here. Oh, good lordy, dude. We'd kind of have to do something like that. Make it fill it in a little bit there. I don't know. I really like that, having that shape to it right there, but maybe that does look a little bit better that way. And then we can come along and do a couple other little decorative things on the outside. We can also throw some vines and stuff on there, spice it up a little bit better. I don't know if these are in here or... yeah, they're in here. Let's just take a few with us, because we can come along here and toss these on here as well, kind of give it a little bit more. Have another one there, and then just leave the corners and then drop one out here on the outside. Or we can even toss them on there. I think that'd look a little weird there, but not too bad. But we can also space them out a little bit more to where they're a little wider than that. Do a heavier one, and then this can be the next floor up. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Okay, and then for the inside, I kind of wanted to go with a bit of a roundabout style here. I don't know if I'll do that many lamps. Kind of want to hide a few of them on here. Make it a little bit brighter in here. I haven't decided on the floor, but I want to do something, maybe concrete or something a little bit bright. But I kind of wanted to do little areas like this all the way around. So it'd be something like this, and then we can have this area up here. And then right here in the center of it all, because that's where we are here, the center of it would be just left alone. We may leave right here alone because we can fly right in on that. I don't know that I'll have the crafting on the lower level or the upper level yet, but we can kind of do something like this, and then just have, I'll do a different fence up here for this, because this is going to be the underside of that. But I'll have something along it that kind of gives it that look. It won't be that because it's already kind of got that. So we definitely don't want to use this one here for that. I probably have some regular old fence in here. Oh yeah, we like this steel fence. But we can go with something like this. I want to go with like a spruce or something like that. Give it a little bit of something here, and then we can go along and do some trap doors, something like that along the face of that to make it purdied up a little bit. Maybe go with some leaf blocks here and there, stuff like that. But I think that would look really good. Do each one, have a chunk for each one of them all the way around the whole thing. Maybe leave this area as an open and then do like a big archway door that just kind of flows out here. Maybe build a harbor, something like that later on. But that's kind of the direction I'd like to go with this here. I'll take that down, of course, so we don't have a big ugly eyesore over there. Maybe we'll leave it and kind of make it look like it's been crashed with something. I don't know. But, you know, let me know what you guys think on that. I like it. I mean, it's not done by any standard, and we may need to go ahead and do that like that. I don't know for sure. Maybe we'll throw... Let's see what kind of create we have here. So I know we have create in here, so maybe we can go with some create blocks here, because I know they've got good blocks. We can go like industrial iron. We can throw, if they've got the beams in here, they should have. They got good amount of track, stuff like that. But I think we could throw a few things in like that. Maybe, because this one's going to be a hard one to do, maybe we can toss in some stuff like this. I don't want to do a create theme necessarily, but I know they have a few things. You know, we can do some of these along here and maybe use those instead of wood for that. And then do either maybe a half slab up there, skinny it up a little bit. I'm not sure where we'd go with that. I don't think I'd do a half slab, but these are just kind of ideas floating in my head here. I'll keep thinking on that, and then I'll try to get it all decorated by the next video here and have something going. But you guys can throw in your input, because it's going to be tomorrow before I even get to that part. However, I appreciate the views, and I appreciate you stopping by and giving your input on anything. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Nope. Bye.